Boxing presents a women's lightweight special attraction scheduled for 2-minute rounds of boxing. Introducing first our referee in charge. Our third man in the ring is Lou Filippo. All right, fans, here we go. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with red trim, hailing from Spokane, Washington. Her weight 131 pounds, her record 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 draw. Introducing Layla McCarter. And her opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner in this 4-round attraction, wearing white trunks from Mexico City, Distrito Federal, Mexico, now fighting out of the Prince Ranch Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada. Her weight 133 pounds. She is undefeated in her campaign in the ring with 4 wins, no losses, 1 draw with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the WBC and WIBF champion known as La Poeta del Ring, introducing Laura Serrano-Garcia. Once again, Lou Filippo is our referee in charge. 4 rounds of boxing scheduled.
Let's go. Okay, both of you have your instruction in the dressing room. Shake hands, good fight.
All right, they're set to go. The tail of the tape, Serrano-Garcia against McCarter. As we told you, she's 4-0 with 1 draw, 2 knockouts. McCarter 1-3-1. They're both 5'4". Serrano-Garcia is 2 pounds heavier. She is 11 years older. And in the reach department, they come out at 66 inches apiece. 4 rounds. Each round is scheduled for 2 minutes. Lou Filippo is the 3rd person in the ring, and away we go. Serrano-Garcia is a southpaw.
Yeah, and she, as you can see, she can box. She knows the fundamental skills. There's nothing real amateur about her. She knows how to box as she comes out here, and would seem to have Layla McCarter outgunned, I would think. And Laura has been in there with some very good boxers in her time.
McCarter's applying a lot of pressure on her, though. McCarter backing her up, and Serrano-Garcia working to the body, and these two are really teeing off on one another.
Well, it was a scientific match for about 15 seconds.
It was indeed. McCarter, incidentally, is from Spokane, Washington. She's 20 years of age. Both of these women are 5'4", and now Serrano-Garcia is no longer fighting as a southpaw.
Laura, for whatever reason, just doesn't fight very often. It's unfortunate. Women's boxing does not have much depth to it. But she has fought since her career began in 1994, 1 time each year. And this is her first fight this year.
This business is tough enough if you're only going to be in it once every 12 months. It's not something you can casually walk in off the street and engage in.
In case you missed our opening remarks, Laura does hold a draw with Christy Martin and has defeated Deirdre Gogarty.
McCarter in the black, trimmed in red. Serrano-Garcia in the white. Multicolored stripes down the side. 2-minute rounds and scheduled for 4. They're in the lightweight division. 10 seconds and counting down to the end of round 1. Lou Filippo cautions Serrano-Garcia, and we'll be back with more.
Her and started throwing punches in 2-fisted fashion. She was letting her hands go, no doubt about it. Landed some pretty good punches on the heavy favorite here tonight.
Round 2 scheduled for 4 2-minute rounds. Serrano-Garcia is in the white. I'm sure her people probably thought it was a very disappointing opening round for her. She comes out here back into the southpaw style again. She doesn't get her mouthpiece. McCarter went out there without the mouthpiece. Now they finally put it back in. Finally dawned on her about a half-minute into the round that she didn't have the protective mouthpiece in.
I can't recall seeing a fighter say timeout.
Yeah.
during a fight.
Solid left-hand shots thrown by Serrano-Garcia, landing now here in this, the 2nd round, and a good jab with the right hand. Carter shoves her into the ropes, and Filippo comes between them. McCarter in the black trimmed in red is 20 years of age. Serrano-Garcia with a far better record of 4 wins and no losses, 1 draw, is 31 years of age. I can't quite see. I realize that women's boxing is still very much in its infancy, Rich, but I can't believe once a year is enough to stay active and on top of your game.
No, she should fight more often. She's talented enough to go very far. And McCarter's showing some talent here tonight as well. And there are now actually becoming all women's cards rather than just a here and there showcasing a woman's bout on the undercard of men's cards. They're now all women's cards also, where a lot more women can get experience and get matches under their belt.
In fact, the International Female Boxers Association has Serrano-Garcia ranked number 6th in the world. This is the second round of a scheduled 4-rounder, and a busy one it was, as the bell brings us to the end of round number 2. Boxing fans, the Ringsiders Club will offer you select seating, complimentary parking. Over in the corner with Laura Serrano-Garcia.
I'm not seeing that hook. I need some more hooks, okay? Laura, listen to the pole. I'll show up, okay?
Yeah.
I need you to back up and keep that head moving, all right?
Okay.
Let this round be better. This last round was good, but I want this one better, okay?
Be the machine, baby.
Let's go.
Second bell.
So the bell will bring him out for round number 3. This is scheduled for 4. They touch gloves. Who have you got winning this fight, Rich?
I got it all even, Tom, at 19 all. I think it's a very good fight, much better actually than I expected, because Layla McCarter is turning out to be much better than we expected. I mean, bringing only a 1-3-1 record in here, we didn't think much of her chances, certainly against a woman who's drawn with Christy Martin and beaten Deirdre Gogarty. But McCarter's come out. She's come out full of fire here in this fight, throws a lot of combinations, throws a lot of leather, and has been very competitive.
Lands a solid right hand, too. Well, it could be, and she lands another. It could very well be that the frequency of her being in the ring helps. This will be the 5th fight she's had here in 1999, 5th fight this year. So she's been very active. In fact, since September of last year, she's fought then in February, April again, June, and here she is now for the latter end of July. So she's been very busy, just 20 years of age.
And that's the important point, I think. 20 years old, Tom, and she's just, learning. Remember, these women haven't had, hardly any women boxers have had much amateur experience at all, so they're learning on the job in the professional ranks.
And trust me, it is tough enough if you're a man to get involved in this sport. For women, it is almost unbelievable. I mean, just go to the gym and they can work out, but find somebody to box with them. They have to get in there with another man. Very few other women are down there working out and training, and it's very tough to get rounds in, spar. Not an easy sport for them. Not an easy sport for men. Serrano-Garcia backing McCarter up now, but she's tough to back up. She chases Serrano-Garcia back.
Serrano-Garcia doing some good body work, which is something that you don't see from a lot of the female boxers. Lucia Riker does it excellently, but most women boxers are headhunters, and Garcia here in this round really showed some good body work.
So that's the end of round number 3. It'll be interesting. This fight very much up for grabs, I would think. They have one more round to go, another 2-minute stanza, and we go back into the corner with Serrano-Garcia. McCarter now.
You're reaching. This is it.
Last round.
This is it. This is it. You got to take this round. You got to take this round. Come on, you're fine. One round. Come on. Who are you doing this for? Who are you doing this for? Where are you going? Then let's do it. You got to. You got to go down the middle. Quit reaching. Down the middle, baby. Down the middle. This is it, Layla. This is it. You can't leave it up to the judges, baby.
They are really pushing Layla McCarter, as you can hear, but you might have heard her whisper, "I can't breathe," at the very beginning when she sat down.
Yep. And they finally, she's back out for round number 4 and has her mouthpiece, something she fought about 30 seconds in the previous round without. She's in the black trunks. This has been a very good bout between these two very accomplished boxers. McCarter chasing Serrano-Garcia across the ring. Landed a couple of shots, missed with most of them. Serrano-Garcia, far more seasoned, one would imagine. She is certainly older by 11 years, but fights just every so often, like once a year.
Well, yeah, the funny thing about it is that McCarter just turned pro last September, and she has as many fights in her career as does Laura Serrano-Garcia. But everybody's known about Laura for years, and that she was a quality boxer, but she just doesn't get into that ring very often.
Well, these two are going after each other, hammer and tong over there. McCarter had Serrano-Garcia in the ropes, half out of the ropes. Now Garcia comes back at her. We've not had that many fights involving female boxers. McCarter sags into the ropes, and Filippo cautions her, and Serrano-Garcia thought she should have been given credit for a knockdown there.
She was going actually to the neutral corner. She thought she'd scored a knockdown, and she can't understand why Lou Filippo got between the two if he wasn't going to rule it a knockdown.
She's a little upset about that. McCarter comes roaring back with some solid shots of her own. The fourth round just about in the books. Handful of seconds left.
See the body work from Laura Serrano? She does throw body punches.
And this fight is coming to a close. At the end of 4 rounds, they congratulate each other. Be interesting to see how the judges see it. Very spirited bout. Laura Serrano-Garcia, Layla McCarter. We'll find out about the winner in a moment. Here, and all of you at home will probably say it was one of the better fights we've seen involving female boxers. A very spirited 4-round get-together by the youngster Layla McCarter. She's only 20. And by the 31-year-old veteran Laura Serrano-Garcia. Jimmy Lennon Jr.'s got the judges' tallies. Let's find out who won it. Jimmy?
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds of boxing. Judge at ringside, Larry Rosadia scores them at 40-36 in favor of Laura Serrano-Garcia. Judge at ringside, Robert Bird scores about 39-37 in favor of Layla McCarter. Judge at ringside, Gwen Adair scores it 40-36 in favor of the winner, Laura Serrano-Garcia.
Well, it is a win for Laura Serrano-Garcia, but not a popular one. 2 of the judges saw it 40-36 in her favor. The other saw it 39-37 in favor of McCarter. But Laura Serrano-Garcia gets the win, regardless of how the crowd feels about the decision. Coming up.